Today I thought I might just touch up a few minor spots, just little details on the body. I know you can't really tell through the internet, but this car is not the most perfect. And actually, I would say at some point, somebody did some deep work there. Additionally, it looks like multiple panels were sort of scabbed together. It leaves a lot to get redemption. You know, this car probably had some miles and some years on it. And the redeeming factor is somebody patched it together and got it back on the road. It has endured because someone was willing to do that. I mean, check out these welds. I mean, haphazard welds, if at best. You know, they're rough. The alignment is miserable. Maybe it was some young kid did it for his first auto shop project. Who knows? I won't say it's older than me, but I'll bet I was a child when that repair was made, and it's lasted this long. So let's not criticize any further. You know, there's some trim to cover some things up, so we can kind of hide a lot. What we did is we scuffed it up real good. I took, believe it or not, a razor blade, and where the thick stuff was cracked, I scraped it so that if water gets in there, it runs out, not runs behind the bodywork, because that is just a recipe for disaster. And so what we really should be doing, right, is taking a heavy grinding wheel and just taking this all out and slit cutting this and pulling this out and welding it so that it's even. And then short strand, as you might have guessed, we're not going to do any of that. I used a flat scraper and scraped off any bubbles, and then I aggressively used a wire brush. I'd like to be able to figure out how to get this off without destroying it, but I've had very little luck with getting trim off, so I might tape it. I'm definitely going to tape this one, and this one are going to get tape. I'll throw something over the wheels so we don't get paint on the tire, because that does bother me when people get paint on their tires. Throw something over, a rubber mat or something over it. Don't get paint all over your tires if you're going to run them. And then we're going to blast it with the closest matching paint we could find, which is not very close to what it is, but it's going to be all one color. From the door, we'll just tape a line and then use the chrome, the tail light, and all that stuff with blue tape on them. And we're going to hit it, and then we're going to send it, because that's all the time we have left for this kind of thing. You're going to love it. It's going to look, well, it's going to look like a car again. By this time next spring, all of the rust will pop back through, and that'll be a problem for future Kim. I decided to take that trim piece off. These clips were, well, they were still holding pretty feisty like, but I got them to all break. This last one was metal. I think I can get it. I think I have to get it from inside the trunk. These other ones were some kind of nylon, and they were, well, whoever did the last paint job, they left the trim on there. And, yeah, there's no paint at all on that panel. This is primer, and the rest of it's... So anyways, I didn't really want rust running down the side of my vehicle even after a really cheap garbage splash of paint. It's very wavy. I did use a straight longboard and go back and forth, and it's low here, it's low here, it's low here. It's really, really low here. There's a big dimple here. There's a ridge right here. It's bad, what I'm saying. I think... You know what I'm saying? It's bad. So I'm going to use a foam pad. We're going to take off the rest of this gook, and then prep, and mask and paint, because it needs lots and lots of bondo to be straight. And we're just going to put that trim piece back on there and and look at the car from the front instead of from the side, and it'll all be okay. It is, you know, not a show car, but it's fun to be as nice as you can make it. So these are our last minute preparations, and then, you know, in the comments, tell me about how much you want to come down here to Tennessee and sand on this car a week before a really major event, because I know my shoulders and my arms are sore enough. It's because I love it so much. It's because we're done with sorting. It's not leaking anything. There's really nothing I can do to make it run any better. We're going to probably change the oil one last time. It's due for one. It smells like gasoline, but we've got the flooding problem taken care of, so that should help. And I'm getting sanding primer all over my GoPro. We've sanded, we've masked. And the masking, you want to make sure you're not, there's going to be wind coming out of this can, so you want to make sure that the wind is not like... The thing of it is it doesn't matter how much you prep, there's going to be places where the paint doesn't stick, but in the places where you don't prep, for some reason the overspray sticks ferociously and will never come off. I don't know why that is, but it's just the nature of the beast. This can isn't really the right color, but it's going to give me a good tack all around, real lightly. And then I'm going to put the color coat on over top of it once it sets up a little bit. And I'll start at a nice distance, and I'm going to move kind of fast. I don't care if it shows through a little bit, but this is not the color coat. This is just, we don't want to get any runs. I don't go too heavy with this coat. We don't have any primer. We're not putting primer on because the problem is if we put primer on, it's going to take extra coats to bring it up to color. I just don't want to do that. So I'm doing it half-assed, I think, is what I'm trying to say, and I think that you understand that. Well, there's still some dirt stuck down here. That's going to look wonderful. It's a rustoleum, so when I fix this, I'm going to have to take it all back off, because this is a... Rustoleum is not so bad, but it's not car paint. You can see a lot of the imperfections. You don't need to worry about the messed up paint. It's just an old Mopar. She likes that. Squeak, 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 squeak. Don't think about good, because good, if you're trying for good, you're going to be discouraged. Think about better than it was. Don't get me wrong, I want it to be wonderful, but I don't have the time to do what's required here. And the whole time I would have liked to have done this, but I knew that I really needed to... Oh, look at the woobly, woobly, woobly there. I knew that there was going to be a lot of sorting. Yeah, just fill that hole, but not so much so that it just drips back out. All right. Well, oh, that looks so bad. Okay. Not quite enough is perfect. You want to still be able to see, like, you don't want to put it on so heavy that it's going to run, because then you're really going to hate life. I used most of this, good 2/3 of this can on that. I'm going to open a door, get a little bit of air moving around in here. Oh yeah. She's mint. Except for there, and there, and there. There, that's not mint. No, that's definitely whoop there, and there's a hole right on through in there, and there's a boom right there, and there's some rust there that I didn't do anything to. And that right there is just, yeah. First coat, we're gonna give it a couple minutes, just let it gas out a little bit. Let the air hit it, I might even bring the heat gun out and just blow on it a little bit. Get it nice and tacky. This is too dark. And this is too light. So should I go light or should I go dark? These are the questions that we have to ponder. But I'm almost out of this paint, so we're gonna go with this. It's gonna be all right. They'll know we tried. They won't know what we tried to do, but we'll know we tried to do something. And something is different than nothing. It's different. It's more painted, If I put the trim back on, it will look less rusty. Less rusty is okay. This looks horrible. I am ashamed. I'm embarrassed. But you know, that's okay. That's okay, because it's runs. If we even make it there, people are going to be like, wow, you drove here in that? Hey! This is my manic phase, if any of you weren't aware. I save the best for last. Always save the paint for a day when you're just really down and feeling bad. Well, I thought I would, you know, was just not even going to get to do it. And so I'm excited I get to do the painting. Let's see what we got. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, it's gonna dust out nice. Yeah, dust that in real nice. Yep. Paint the paint away. Paint the paint away. Oh, it's all gone. I can't see any of it now. Tell you. Seems all better. I like to follow the lines. I don't know why. Doesn't actually seem to help. It's not even remotely the right color for this car.
Oh, I guess you were painting.
Nope.
Oh yeah, bodywork was not so good under there, was it?
Not even on top of it. It wasn't very good. The red sort of hid how bad.
Yeah, the primer always does that. Primer always looks way better than any finished paint. Well, the color's closer than the primer, man. I'm sweating already.
You don't have the greatest sense of dramatic.
No, I'm tearing paper off. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know, and I don't know how you taped it, so I don't know where the what order it was put on, which makes a difference, you know. So, I don't know where the tape is. I'm just guessing.
Perfect. Well, it's better than primer.
Maybe.
A little. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you approve of my paint work that I did in 2.5 hours last night?
I don't want to give it a score.
I know. It looks bad. There's the lines.
Let's get it outside. Let's get it outside, because the primer was obviously the wrong color, and to me, I'm looking at this one. Obviously, this is the wrong color, but maybe it's closer to the right color. I don't know.
Oh, it's not close to the right color. It's terrible.
I don't know. Why'd you do all that?
Well,
Looks like a lot of work. I mean, you spent hours and hours doing that. It's to me like.
how bad this gap is. I didn't do that. That was how. You know. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Want to pull it out? Any fuel on the ground?
Oh, let's check. Do we have any fuel leaks? No fuel leaks.
That's a really good thing. You gotta pull this car out.
Hold on, you gotta turn around, because all I could see is a black face because there's too much light behind you.
Time to pull this car out front, out of here, and get a picture of it outdoors, and then we got to get the stuff, hustle over to the house with the stuff alive, because we're gonna run out of time. So I'm on like countdown thinking instead of like beautification.
Paint video.
Beautification.
He doesn't care nothing about
No,
beautification.
because I'm pressed on time right now, and that's not fun.
All right, so that's the end of the paint. Too much, not enough time.
Well, wait till we have time to look at it.
All right.
Okay.